This confession is how you react when people ask you, oh, how do you deal with the socialization issue? Or ask you, so are your kids socialized? I mean, seriously, if you're in homeschooling, you're going to be asked that question. So here's what I would do. I would answer with a little bit of humor. And the reason is because, I know they're probably really serious when they ask you this, but you and I know, come on. I mean, that's like the last of our worries, right? Last concern. I mean, not unless you're a parent who locks up your child day and night and never lets them out. I mean, I'm sure that's how it started out, and that's why we have that question, right? Because that question still dates back to when homeschooling first started. And yeah, that was probably prevalent, but come on, we're in the 21st century here. Okay, so just be prepared is what I'm saying, with an answer. And again, a bit of humor really goes a long way. And you can say something like, I actually let them out at certain times of the day, so we're good. Or whatever, you add your humor to it, and you're probably better at it than I am. Socialization is actually works for us. It's something that's positive and a benefit, because as homeschoolers, we get to control the type of environment that they're in. So we don't just, they're just not out there facing all the dangers and the bullies, and we actually have control over that. And I think when you're dealing with first of all, the type of violence and the type of world that we live in, I would think that we would want some control over that. They're gonna be facing that at some time in their life. They will. We all know that. They're not gonna. We can't shelter them from everything. And my job was never to really even shelter them, but it was to prepare them for the real world. Just prepare them season by season, not right away when they're 5. But just season by season, as they grew older, you were preparing them for the real world, to be ready to go out into the real world. I mean, my kids were at community college when they were 12 and 13. And so they were out in the real world, but they also were able to cope, and they were able to get through it because of that preparation. And I think it just depends on the child, and it depends on the parent knowing your child, and if your child is responsible or is able to be in the real world. And then just be prepared to answer and make it light, and tell them, be frank with them about the good socialization that actually happens. So yeah, isn't that amazing? But nobody ever thinks of it that way. Anyway, been there, done it, so can you. Post a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, head over to my website, alternativeeducationathome.com. Let me help you. I want to help you and answer all your questions, so do that for me. Okay, bye guys.